Welcome back to the channel where we pull back the curtain on the world of finance, regulation, and entrepreneurship. If you're someone who's been thinking about monetizing your knowledge of Forex trading, maybe through social media, private groups, or even launching your own platform, then you're in the right place. Because today we're tackling a topic that's rarely talked about in enough detail: how to legally offer Forex trading signals in South Africa. This isn't just about tips or best practices. This is a deep dive. If you're serious about building a sustainable, compliant business in the financial space, you need to know what the FSCA requires, what each license allows, and how to protect yourself from massive fines or even criminal charges. Let me start with a true story. A South African entrepreneur was fined over R1 million, not for fraud, not for stealing money, but for giving out trading signals through Telegram without a license. Just that. Giving advice on when to buy or sell Forex pairs without being registered with the FSCA. That's how serious this is. And here's the kicker. He thought he was helping people. But when it comes to financial advice, the law doesn't care about your intent. It cares about compliance. And that's why you need to watch this video all the way through, not just for your business, but to stay on the right side of the law. Let's start by breaking down the foundation. The regulatory body that governs this space is the FSCA, the Financial Sector Conduct Authority, and the legal framework it uses is the FAIS Act, the Financial Advisory and Intermediary Services Act. This legislation outlines who can provide financial advice and how that advice must be regulated. So what does that mean for you as a signal provider? Well, the FSCA has been crystal clear. If you're giving Forex signals, you're essentially telling people when to enter or exit trades. That qualifies as financial advice. It doesn't matter if you're doing it for free, through a paid group, via an app, or even as a friend. It still counts. Under South African law, giving financial advice without being a licensed financial services provider, or FSP, is illegal. Not just frowned upon. It's a criminal offense that can get you fined, debarred from financial services, or worse, land you in jail. So when you see people on Instagram, TikTok, or Telegram sharing trade ideas, you have to ask, are they licensed? Because if not, they're walking a legal tightrope, and one misstep could end their entire career. Now let's break down the types of licenses the FSCA offers and which one you need depending on what you want to do. This is where things get technical, but stick with me, because understanding this part will set you apart from 90% of people out there. The two most important categories for signal providers are Category 1 and Category 2. Category 1 is for people who provide financial advice or intermediary services, but without discretion. In other words, you can tell people what to consider. You can give signals, you can share analysis, and you can even recommend trades. But you cannot press the buy or sell button for them. The client always makes the final decision. Think of it like a GPS. You're guiding the driver, but you're not behind the wheel. Now, here's what you need to get a Category Y license. Regulatory Exam 1, RE1. This tests your knowledge of the FAIS Act, your obligations as a provider, and what constitutes fair advice. Fit and proper requirements. You must prove you have relevant experience, recognized qualifications in finance, and the ethical standards to guide others. Operational ability. That means having a registered company, a physical address, business continuity plans, and compliance policies in place. Financial soundness. You must prove you can sustain your operations. This usually includes audited financials or bank statements. Professional indemnity insurance. This protects you and your clients in case you make a mistake or are accused of bad advice. Then we have Category 2, also known as a discretionary FSP license. This allows you to manage trades or portfolios on behalf of clients. In other words, they give you authority to trade for them, and you make all the calls. If you're planning to run a fund, an EA bot, or manage accounts, this is the license you need. But it comes with heavier requirements. You must pass regulatory exams 1 and 3. You need higher capital reserves and more stringent compliance checks. You'll be audited more frequently. This is serious business. but it also allows you to offer a higher level of service and potentially charge higher fees. All right, so how do you actually apply for one of these licenses? Here's the step-by-step process. Take notes. Step 1. Decide on your business model. Are you just giving signals? Go with Category 1. Are you managing trades? You'll need Category 2. Step 2. Start preparing for your regulatory exams. There are prep courses available online. These exams are challenging, but they're absolutely manageable with focus and time. Step 3. Register your business. You'll need a registered company with a physical office in South Africa. This is part of proving your operational ability. Step 4. Prepare your compliance documents. This includes a business plan, compliance manual, risk management policy, disaster recovery plan, and internal controls. Step 5. Get your professional indemnity insurance and open a business bank account. Step 6. Submit your application through the FSCA's online portal. Upload all documents and pay the application fee. Once submitted, your application goes through a review process that can take anywhere from 3 to 6 months. During this time, the FSCA may request additional documents or clarifications. Patience and accuracy are key. Rushing or omitting information can delay your application or lead to rejection. Now, let's talk about what happens when you don't get licensed. In 2023, the FSCA issued its first enforcement action against a Forex signal provider. The individual had built a massive following on Telegram and was charging members for signal access, but he wasn't licensed. The FSCA fined him 1.1 million rand and debarred him from working in financial services for 10 years. 10 years. He didn't steal money. He didn't run a Ponzi scheme. His only mistake was offering advice without a license. Another case involved a company that offered automated trading tips via subscription. Their logic was that a bot, an algorithm, wasn't a person, so they didn't need a license. The FSCA disagreed. The company was forced to shut down, issue refunds, and their directors faced personal fines. These are not hypotheticals. These are real people who built real businesses, only to lose everything because they skipped the legal part. So, why go through the hassle of getting licensed? Because legitimacy is leverage. When you're licensed, you can market your services openly, form partnerships with brokers and fintech platforms, build a trustworthy brand, protect yourself from liability, and most importantly, you operate from a place of integrity. You don't have to look over your shoulder. You're building something that can last. If you've made it this far, I applaud you. You're clearly serious about doing this the right way, and that already puts you ahead of the pack. If this video helped clarify things for you, smash that like button. It helps more people find content like this. Subscribe if you want more deep dives on finance, regulation, and entrepreneurship in South Africa. And most importantly, leave a comment below. Thanks for watching. Stay sharp, stay legal, and as always, trade smart.